Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Capra Critiques. Today we have a very fun situation. In front of me today I have the new CMF Headphone Pro by Nothing. Now I want to preface this with all my opinions is that I do like these headphones. It's a nice cheap set of headphones when you have the enhanced vocal settings on. The enhanced vocal EQ with no spatial audio and ANC on, because as you can see over here, the settings make a lot of changes and they're not great. This is the pop EQ over here with all of the different configurations. I haven't finished measuring all of these yet, but the enhanced vocals with the bass slider slightly up and no spatial audio. Just don't even bother with the spatial audio stuff. It just is bad. But enhanced vocal EQ by itself, bass slider slightly up, that's pretty dang good, especially for under $100. Pretty dang good. But the unique situation that we have today is that because these are so cheap, I started messing around with this set and I broke it. So that puts us in a situation where I can easily go ham and take that apart. So this is my good set. That sound good. I bought another pair because I liked it and I wanted to keep it. But this set, what was it? This side, yeah. I kind of took the cup off, and there's a ribbon cable, and the ribbon cable got sliced, and then these little plastic bits right here got broken off. So what we're gonna do is take these apart even further. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the other side apart so we can see one for one what exactly I have to do to get inside of these puppies. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start taking it apart. So the pads are easy to take off. They just twist off, and they're, not my favorite style of pads. I like pad lips, and this is, injection molded plastic on top of that, which means you have to buy pads from them, and anyone who wants to make aftermarket pads for them is, shit out of luck. So there's no easy way to get in this. If you do need to get into this for whatever reason, it's probably just cheaper to buy a new pair. Unfortunately, it does make it e-waste. But to get to the screws, if you want to, you got to pull this mesh off, and then there's the 4 screws right there. You can see the driver and the microphone. Looks like it's a Christ. Looks like it's a 38mm driver. Yeah, okay. So let's start taking the screws out. Take this off. Now, I can't say I'm a fan of the look of these headphones. They're very kind of cartoonish, in my opinion, where there's just like, hey, you've got, 5 minutes to 3D model a headphone in Blender. Go. This is what someone would come up with. Like, it just looks like donut pads on basic circles with a tube for a headband. Not a huge fan of that. Alright, so we're going through this together for the first time, because I actually haven't taken the screws out of the other side either. So that driver comes off very simply, very easily. Okay, so it's a very restricted driver. It's entirely closed off in the back with mesh. What is that? Huh. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like some glue left over. Yeah, so nothing fancy behind the driver. I think what that part is. So it came off like that. I'm not sure what this part is for. Maybe it's a light sensor. Maybe that's what that little dot there is. I don't know. Nope, that's an indexing dot. Okay, well, we're going through this together, so we'll see. I'm not sure what this little piece is here, but it was definitely put in there intentionally. I'm not sure why. Alright, and then that hole is some venting from the rear into the front. So it looks like everything in here is glued, which is really freaking annoying. But what do we say to the glue gods? Go away. That's what we say. We say, go away, glue. Aha. So that's just a little cover to seal the driver. Aha. Now we can actually get at these little pins. Now, if you ever have to take this down to this level, like, you better be doing something real fun with it, because this process in itself isn't going to be that fun. All right, these pins are going to be a bitch to take out. Not impossible, but still a bitch. And I don't have pliers with me, so... Actually, wait, maybe I do. I have side snips or something. Oh, look at my messy drawer. Okay, see if I can get these out with some snips. Yeah, haha, ha 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 ha. All right. So now we can take the cup a little bit away. A little bit away, but it's glued on the other side too, so... Boy, they really were like, hey, let's build this so that it's not repairable. That's exactly what they said. Guarantee it. Now that glue is coming off a little bit. Try to help it out a little bit. You coming off at all? Is the plug right there? Plug's not right there. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking the other screws out. Get a little bit further into this headphone. See if I can do this without breaking it. Because Lord knows ribbon cables are prone to just frickin' shredding. All right. I guarantee you left and right aren't the exact same, so we'll go ahead and take apart the left cup here in a second. I'll show you what's on the other side of that. We'll find out together. All right, so another plastic cup can come off. Aha. You probably can't see it, but I can see it. Yep. Aha! Now isn't that just silly? All right, so now I've got the speaker capsule fully separated. And we can look at the internals. So you can see our little PCB in here. Really interesting how they lined up all of their connections on one side of the board and have it individually soldered instead of a connector. I wonder if that's a cost-saving thing that they did or not, but that seems like it would be a much harder to do. You know, it seems like soldering each individual points like this for the headband cable that goes across is not... I mean, I'd hate to do that personally. So let's see. This is another ribbon cable underneath of this foam shit. They're doing that same thing. Not a fan of how they're handling this, but fuck it. It's broken anyway. Okay, so that just slid out. And that's just for this control here. This little, not potentiometer, what's it called? Rotary encoder. Which seems very basic. I do like how, no, okay, it's not actually labeling the connection points. Yeah, nothing too interesting on here. Now, if you wanted to replace the battery, there's one battery back here. I don't know if there's another battery on the other side, but we're going to find out. All right, we're going exploring. Yep, just another battery under there. Is she glued in? Yeah, she's glued in. You gotta deal with that. Alright, so then you just have a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 wires going across the board here. They're all labeled though. That's nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other side here, which just fell out. Random stuff fell out. That's great. Oh, my buttons. My buttons fell out. Oh well, those will get sucked up with the vacuum cleaner later. So let's go ahead and take a look at the other side. I'll bet you there's a second battery over here. Given that they have 16 cables going across, so they have probably 2 for the speaker, 2 for each mic, so that's 6 cables total. And then they need cables for the controls and the slider. Let's take a look over here. Let's see. No, I don't think there is a battery on this side. Yeah, there's your bass slider right there. It's a simple slider, not an actual curved one. It's a linear one. Straight line up and down with a little gimbaling interface there. You can kind of see it floating around in there. And then ribbon cable connector to the speakers again. But yeah, let's take a look. Yep, just the battery on the one side. So if you ever need to replace the battery on these to hopefully make it extend a little bit longer, first off, good fucking luck. Because you have to reseal everything back up afterwards, and then hopefully you don't rip any of the ribbon cables on the way. And I assume that if you ever have to send these to get repaired, they'll probably just bin it and replace it because they're already selling these and making these for so cheap. Yeah, you just have the one battery on the one side. So, yeah. Not super impressed with this. With the internal layout, it's very bare bones, but I mean, what can you expect? It's an ANC headphone under $100. They got the EQ right on the enhanced vocals one. I don't know why it's defaulted to pop. Pop sounds way worse than enhanced vocals, in my opinion. I guess whoever, I don't know. They also made these freaking spatial audios, which are, I don't, you see this scoop here? That's cinema. Why? Anyways, well, that's been the CMF Headphone Pro by Nothing. I am a fan of Nothing products, as you can see, but I also do prefer the Apple TWS. It's just, it doesn't even compare as far as like transparency. Like even transparency on the AirPods Pro 3 is damn near identical to the Nothing Ear Open, and it's literally open. So, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, hope you all have a great day.